today's video I'm going to show you how to use the factory alternator to run a factory tachometer using only the GM provided provisions. It's fairly simple, straightforward, so no matter what engine you have in here, as long as you're using this alternator, it should give you an accurate reading on your tach. So step one, you're going to want to see if you have any AC voltage at this first connector. If you had a gas engine, you're not going to have anything here. It'll just be blank. But we'll get to that in a minute. So what you're going to want to do is put one terminal of your tester on the ground and your positive up there. And you'll want to put on AC, not DC, but AC voltage while it's running to see if you have any kind of voltage there. And make sure this wire, the other wire, is plugged in. You have to get creative to get down in there, but it can be done. Once you determine that you do have voltage, then you can proceed. If you don't, you'll either need another alternator or figure out how to solder the connector back to where it belongs inside, which I don't know how to do that. But to me, another alternator would be good, but I haven't run into one that wasn't like that, so that should make you feel better. Okay, so you can do this two ways. You can either rob the connector off a 6.5 that's already got all your terminals in there, and it'd be sort of plug and play. You'd have to splice in your wire. Or you can do what I did. I got the 6.5 plug and I de-pinned it and put my pin into my existing plug. And to de-pin them is very easy. All you need's a paper clip. You put the paper clip in that very top part, right where the end of my dirty old fingernail is, up in there. You insert it, leave it in there, take the protective cap off, which is this, and it just snaps on the sides. It's like a safety, keep the pins in. But once you have your paper clip in there and it's released, it'll just pull right out real gentle. And if you have to try and tug at it, then reposition your paper clip and just keep trying until it comes out. But they come out. Once that's out, all you do is make sure you slide it in the right way. You slide it in, let it clip, pull on it, and when it's good, it's good. And then we'll just slide our safety back on. So your next step is you're going to want to run a wire, which I'm not totally done yet, and get it back up under the dash. I chose to go through the shift column boot, just put a little slice in there and go through. And when I'm done, I'll just put some RTV, smear some on there. It'll seal it up again. This is a working truck, not a show truck, so doing it like that didn't hurt my feelings. You might opt to do something else, drill through or something, but that's how I did it. Next step, you'll want to go inside, pull off your cluster, and when you get to this point, this is real simple to pull out this plug. You push the little releases in, and it should pop right out just like that. So what you're going to be looking for is you're going to notice that there's a section with a bunch of pins and a section with none. Starting down here, according to the manual, is pin number 1. You want to look for pin number 6, and it's a white wire, and 6 is this one right here. And as you can tell, pin 6 has a white wire. That's the wire you're going to want to splice into. So this wire will be the one that we splice into at the alternator. You're going to splice it into pin 6. And it looks intimidating because there's a plastic wall back there, but when you go fish it down, fish it this way, and it'll come out right there. And then I just fished it down through under the dash. Very simple. So then once you do all that, reassemble your dash, and before you tighten up anything, just to make sure you don't have loose connections, start the truck and make sure your tach works. Once you have everything put back together, go ahead, start it up, and make sure you have a working tach. If you do, you did it right. If not, go back, from the start. Make sure you have voltage at the alternator. Check your connections, make sure you have the right pin. But all the ones I've done, this has worked out fairly good. So I hope this helps somebody. I had trouble finding a ride up from start to finish anywhere. And this will work if you're doing a Detroit swap, Cummins swap. Pretty much any engine you stick in this truck, if you're gonna run the factory alternator and the factory cluster or factory style cluster, this model work. Hope this helps somebody, and thanks for watching. Make sure you look at my other videos and like, comment, subscribe. Thanks.